my biggest inspirational female is my mum. Growing up, she always instilled such strong, positive values in us. She was a stay-at-home mum for our entire lives, and once we all grew up and fled the nest, she decided to do something for herself. She went back to college and became a barrister, and she's now a criminal barrister working in the Four Courts in Dublin. She's always been super supportive of everything we've ever wanted to do, given us every opportunity possible, and yeah, she's just been amazing.
My career journey has been very varied, starting off in sales. I love sales. I love talking to people and meeting people, and I just started out in sales and it seemed to carry on in that thread. I've done loads of things though, air hostessing, you know, a really varied career, but it has brought me to a place where I'm still connecting and connecting and speaking to people, and it's been pretty varied, I would say. But I think making the jump and setting up my own business has been a career highlight. It's been something that I've always wanted to do, never had the confidence and never really known what that business would be. But setting up the Facebook group Egg and taking it into my own business with a team has been a highlight so far.
Okay, so if I was to think about who the most inspirational female was in my life, I would say my mum. I think my mum, she was the kindest, most caring, most loving person, and everyone says that about their mum, don't they? But for me, what was special about my mum is that every day she made sure that we knew we were loved. You know, she'd just show affection all the time, and that's something that I hope I've taken something of that from her, because I do it in work. I just try to show people just how special they are, because that's how she made us feel special with all that love. So she's definitely, you know, right up there as the best person that I admire.
The most important lesson I learned through my career is never underestimate yourself and believe in the power of change. Because, for example, before I came to the UK, some people would say, "Why are you going to the UK? It's impossible for Chinese people to find a job there. You need a visa and everything like that." And then I said, no, I wanted to try, and I believe in myself. So, and I'm really glad I did find a job here, and I proved that everything's possible. And also, I do believe change is a good thing. Because nowadays some people are our world is changing so fast, and to some people it can be very scary and overwhelming. But to me, I think I've made the right decision to come to a completely different country. It was very overwhelming at the beginning, but now I feel like I've learned so many things, and I feel so good about my life here now. So yeah, and I'm now ready to new changes and challenges in my life.
So the most inspirational female in my life has definitely been, she's actually my first boss, who's the owner of the business, who I worked for first when I was 16, and I worked for her for about 10 to 15 years after that. I can now call her a friend. She was obviously a colleague. She really inspired me because I never really questioned that I couldn't get to where I am today, being female. She's strong, she's the most hard-working person I know, and the passion she puts into her own business is just unrivaled. And I think working alongside her, I think has built me as a person, and I think also then inspired me to obviously teach people the same way and coach people in the way she did with me when I was much younger too. I worked alongside her for a very long time, and she would have no idea that I'm sitting here saying that about her today. But yeah, I think she's definitely been the most inspirational to me.
I started in security after being made redundant from a retail management job. I was taken on a probation period, and after that I was taken on full time. I found the job really enjoyable. Working out at the quarter, the challenges, the responsibility, and I'm really quite passionate. And through the help that I got from my own company, Chroma Vigilant, and the quarter, it's just made me feel really inspirational, thoroughly enjoyable. I'm quite passionate about it.
The most inspirational person would be my mum. She raised me and my sister whilst working a full-time job as a live TV director at the BBC and then onto the Scottish Parliament. She's extremely ambitious and determined, and yeah, I guess she's had some amazing career highlights herself. She televised the opening of the Scottish Parliament and televised many different news events and Scottish Opens throughout the years. But I guess she's kind of taught me that you can, fulfill your role as a mum whilst also kind of pursuing your professional dreams as well. And I guess I really hope that I can inspire and encourage my daughter and also my son to do the same thing.
One of my biggest passions in life is music. I'm actually a DJ, so I DJ Northern Soul, Mod Nights, ska and reggae. So I've done that since I was about 16. I started doing that for like family friends. It started with my dad's 50th party, and then his friends were like, oh my goodness, is that Fern? Can she do my party? And then that just kind of like developed on. My parents have been like a massive support to all of that. They've really helped me out over the years, and because like music's such a passion for me, it's just such an escape. Like it's something that I really enjoy doing and I maybe hope to develop in the future. And I'm still continuing to do it. I've got loads of gigs coming up, which is amazing, and it's just really, I think it's important to keep something that you're passionate about in your life because it kind of gives you that escape, and even though it is work it's something that I really enjoy doing.
I'm really passionate about volunteering, so I volunteer every year at a camp for St Vincent de Paul. It's a Catholic camp and it's for children that don't really have very fortunate backgrounds, so we go for a week at the seaside, which is really, really nice, and I just sort of help manage that a week a year, which is nice. I went when I was younger, and it was amazing seeing the people that would volunteer and be there for us and take us out every day was really, really nice. So when I grew up I then went into that as well, so it's kind of you're 24/7 looking after about 60 children in a dorm. We have to stay outside in a wee caravan. That isn't that glamorous, but it's amazing.
I always wanted to be a chef since I'm a kid. Always loved cooking. I always cook for my single mom. So I just start the very classic. So I did catering school in France, and after I flew to the US to get world experience. And after I just arrived in England, where I work in a luxury hotel to really go in really high-end food. After this I wanted to learn a little bit more about pastry, so I decided to take a big jump on my career and to get a position as a pastry chef in the 3 Michelin star, the Water Sardine in Bray, which was just an incredible experience for me. I think joining the Water Sardine was probably the biggest highlight of my career because that was such an amazing experience to work at such an amazing level. 3 Michelin star, you cannot really go higher, so I learned everything from scratch again. After a few years in Scotland working as a sous chef and head chef in different small hotels, I decided that I needed to take another big jump, so I decided that Duck and Waffle was such an exciting project for me to go next.
My most inspirational woman is my mum. It couldn't be anybody else, and I think that is because she is the best example that I've ever seen of somebody with an infinite capacity for love, and that's unconditional. But somebody who's made of the hard stuff, but without losing the gentle side to them, which I think is one of the things that I think is really powerful about women is that dichotomy of strength and also being gentle, being able to lift each other up, but also be there when somebody's crying, but also be there to stand alongside you whenever you need them to, and that's who my mum's always been for me. And yeah, I just look forward to her moving up to Scotland sometime soon. That would be really great. I'm trying to work on it, trying to convince her. But no, that's my most inspirational woman is my mum.